All right, everyone, it is time, power hour. My name is John. We'll start in mountain pose. So just take your time to make your way up to a standing position. So as you make your way here, we're just going to take a few moments just to settle into our bodies, fully arrive in the space. Get reacquainted with our breath before we move through our practice this afternoon. So you might just start with some deep breaths. Nice full inhale. And exhale with a nice sigh. So you can feel the release and even the relief in your body when you exhale. So try that again. A nice full breath in and exhale. And then just continue with slow, steady breaths. Yeah, feel free to add movement here as a way of checking in with your body. Notice how you're feeling at this moment. So if you need to lightly stretch your head and neck, or movement in your shoulders, maybe just work down your body. Check in with your hips, your legs, your knees and your feet, and your toes. Good. And as you're breathing, just feel how your body is responding to your breath. Perhaps as you're moving, maybe you're moving with the rhythm and flow of your breath. Or just noticing the rise and fall of your chest or belly. And listen to the sound of your breath. So if it's soft or quiet, just turn up the volume a little bit so you can hear it, feel it. Good. Deeply connecting. And one more sensation. When you inhale, just feel the breath rising upward. Once again, just filling up your lungs, a nice expansive feeling in your chest. Then as you exhale, draw your belly button in towards your spine. It's a light contraction of your abdominal muscles as we engage the abdominal lock. And that sensation just helps us to be strong in our bodies. It supports our bodies, both in stillness and in motion. So again, breathing in, feeling the breath rise as it fills the lungs. Also feel the lengthening of your spine. And then the exhale, draw belly button in, a nice pulling sensation, but light, connecting to your center body. We'll take 3 more breaths like this. Mindful breath as we prepare our bodies to move. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms into the air. A nice stretch, reach all the way up. Good, and exhale, we'll fold forward, so a good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to, and just slowly make your way down. You might touch your toes, but you don't have to touch your toes here. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or your knees and extend your spine. We're going to pause here, half forward fold. So make sure your feet feel solid on the ground. You're not weighted forward into your toes or sitting back into your heels, but find the center there. Keep the knees bent. That will keep your legs strong. As you hold yourself in this posture, get a sense that your torso is parallel to the floor. If your eyes are open, you're looking directly down. So you have a nice long neck as well. And then we'll finish standing. First, shift your weight back into your heels, bend your knees, and lower your hips like you're sitting down, and then just lift the upper body, then take the arms out and up as you inhale. That's it. Reach into the air. And the exhale, you might bring your palms together down to your heart, or you can bring your arms down to your side. Just pause for a moment. That's our half salute to the sun. We're just going to do that one more time. When you're ready, you'll release the hands, then reach out and up as you inhale. Nice energy as you reach high. Exhale, leading with your heart, fold forward. Soft knees as you guide your way down, partially or all the way.
Maybe even peek between your knees towards the wall behind you. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees, extending through your spine, half lift. You can stay here on the exhale or fold back down if you'd like, partially or all the way down. And if you go all the way down or partially down, just notice the sensation in your legs, maybe your hamstrings. Nice stretch quality. Perfect. Yeah, add some movement there if it feels good. A little sway of your upper body left and right might help release your back and your hips. Check in with your shoulders. Maybe you want to roll the shoulders backward a few times and forward. Maybe nod yes and shake your head no. Just checking in to see if there's any tension in the upper body that you can easily release here. In your forward fold, you might feel your hamstrings. We'll be working our legs a bit today, not only our hamstrings, but our outer legs, getting into our IT band a little bit and our hips. Okay, ready to stand. Again, shifting your weight back into your heels. Bend your knees, lower your hips like you're sitting down, lifting the chest, spread your wings. And inhale, rise. Yep, that's it, reaching high. Exhale, arms to your side or hands to your heart, either one. We'll just pause here for a moment, taking another breath. We'll just continue with our sun salute. Just continue to move at your own pace. Inhale, reaching out and up. Very good. And exhale, fold forward or swan dive forward. Just make your way down. Take your time. Inhale, rise up halfway, fully extended spine to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Make your way down. Bend your knees until you can reach the floor with your hands and just step or walk or even hop your feet back to plank pose. Just a high push-up position here. Hold for strength. Nice breathing. Inhale here. And as you exhale, bend your knees a little, then send your hips up into the air. I just call this a shortcut to down dog. So in plank pose, bend the knees, send your hips into the sky, our shortcut from plank to down dog. Now as we go through the yoga class today, you can do that sequence every time or any time. So as you find yourself in downward facing dog, just check in to see if you need to make any adjustments with your feet or your hands on your mat so you feel solid here. Feel free to add movement. Yeah, some of you are pedaling the feet, pressing one heel down as the other heel lifts. Yeah, getting a stretch through your toes. Feel this in the soles of your feet too. That nice stretch in your calves. Nice strong press into the earth with the hands for strong arms and shoulders and upper body. Okay, moving from here, breathe in, filling up your lungs. Exhale, connect to your core body. Bend your knees, walk, step, or jump. Both feet to the top of the mat. You'll be in forward fold. Inhale, let's rise up halfway. Feel the top of your head lead you forward. Exhale, fold down partially or all the way. Again, another peek between the knees towards the wall behind you so you have that release of your head and neck. Same weight shift into your heels, bend your knees, then inhale, reverse your swan dive. Let's come all the way up to standing. We're going to keep moving. Exhale into chair pose, just sitting back and down into the seat. Now you can stay up high, like I am right here, or feel free to sit back and down if you want to, just getting more into the legs here if you want to. We're not going to be here long. Breathe in, then exhale, dive out of your seat, back down towards toes, forward fold. Move at your own pace. Inhale, rise up halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your hands into the ground, hop, step, or walk the feet back into plank pose. Just hold for a moment so again you can feel the strength in your own body. With your exhale, feel free to take that same shortcut to down dog or finish the flow. Bend your elbows with your exhale, finish the push-up. Come down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, or even a low back bend like cobra. And exhale, just guide your way into downward facing dog. So we'll always meet there, even if you take the shortcut. Let's add a lunge. Let's inhale, pick up the right foot and extend the right leg back behind you. Don't worry about the height of the leg, just the extension of the leg. Exhale, let's step right foot to the top of the mat. Landing behind the right hand is good. Turn the left heel to the floor behind you. Make sure you put weight into that back foot so you feel balanced. You can easily pick up your hands. Then inhale, hinge from hips, rise up. Let's hold warrior one for a moment. Reach high, lunge low. Take one breath in and out.
Stay in the lunge, but just relax your arms. Just bring the arms down. So we can just stay in the lunge, but not fatigue our shoulders. So you can kind of pay attention to what's happening in the legs here. So we have right knee bent, of course. It's pointing directly forward, as well as the toes. But that back leg is kind of turning outward a bit, while the torso is kind of turning forward. So you have this pull or a little stretch here. So we're getting kind of in the front portion of the leg, hip flexor. All of this is connected. We have hip flexor, thigh, kind of the outer leg or IT band that runs here, and then our hamstrings. Let's inhale, let's sweep the arms into the sky again. Exhale, hinge and fold, hands to the earth. Slide or pull your right foot back to plank pose. Finish your flow. Again, the shortcut to down dog is fine, or yes, chaturanga dandasana. You can bring knees to the floor first, then chest. Find your back bend, and then exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Make your adjustments with feet and hands. And then we'll do the other side. Move when you're ready. Inhale, extending left leg to the wall behind you, straight and strong as you're able. Exhale, let's step left foot to the top of the mat. Once you've landed, turn right heel to the floor. Pull the weight back so you have weight back there so you can easily lift your hands off the floor and rise up. Same thing, we'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, lunge low. Take one more breath. And then just relax the arms. Okay, and now paying attention to the sensations in the legs on this side. Same thing. Maybe if you're in a deep lunge, if you have a lot of space between the feet, you might be in a deep lunge here. So you're going to feel this in the front leg, hip flexor and thigh and psoas area, and getting a nice release and stretch. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge, fold, hands to the floor. We'll slide left foot back to meet the other. Pause for a second, and then just complete your series. Chaturanga Dandasana, into up dog, meeting in down dog. Always okay to take your shortcuts. Pause in down dog for a moment. We're going to do some floor work. So I'm going to have you gently kneel down. Sit back briefly into hero, then off to the side so you can swing the legs around to the front. And scoot so you're sitting in the center of your mat. You just want to have some room behind you, and then roll down onto your back and just bring knees to chest. And add some movement here as it feels good. Some just rocking sensations. And another check-in with your breath. And let's set up for bridge pose. So you're just going to set your feet onto the floor. Make sure there's a solid connection, just like you were standing in mountain pose. And when you're ready, inhale, fill up your lungs. Maybe exhale through the mouth so you can feel the air leave your belly. Feel that engagement. And then peel your hips away from the floor, just lifting the hips. Now, they really don't have to lift high. If you have a block nearby, you can even bring a block in and sit on the block for a little more of a supported process. Or just keep pressing feet into the earth, lifting the hips, and just notice what's happening in the legs. This might engage the thighs, hip flexors, so kind of the front portions of the legs. And if you lift a little higher, maybe hamstrings, and even squeeze your glutes. Get the glute muscles engaged. Two more breaths. After your second breath, you're just going to make a little space. First, wiggle the toes forward a little bit, and even extend your arms straight up into the air, and then roll your way down to the ground. Let's extend the arms behind you, extend the legs out in front of you, and reach and stretch in these opposite directions. Let's draw the right knee into chest and just catch it in your hands here. We're moving into half happy baby pose. Take a moment, just circle the foot, that ankle, just kind of circle the foot, one direction and then the other direction, and then lightly flex the foot. Just lightly flex it. Okay? If the knee is pulling right up towards chest, you're going to start to move it out to the side, and keep drawing the knee up and back as if it was moving towards that back right corner of your mat. Now you can keep the leg just like this. This is a nice stretch. But for half happy baby, you can lift the right foot so it's facing the ceiling. Reach up with the right hand, and if you can, grab hold of the sole of the foot
And just the weight of your hand on the foot will draw that knee closer towards the ground. So the knee is bent, of course. And if you can't reach the bottom of your foot, just hold on to your ankle or calf. Couple more breaths. Then we'll just release the foot, re-extend the leg out onto the floor, and just briefly come to a shavasana. Let the body completely relax here. Just for a moment so you can get that release, that relief, especially in the hips after that hip opener. All right, let's go ahead and draw left knee into chest. Just catch the knee or shin in your hands. Same thing, a little circling with the foot and ankle in both directions. Just to keep that mobility in the foot, and then just lightly flex the foot. Now here we're just pulling up towards chest, which doesn't pull up very far, so we just kind of move the knee out to the left and then keep drawing the knee towards that back left corner of your mat. Again, you can stay like this, or kick the foot up into the air, holding on to the sole of the foot or wherever you can reach. Maybe it's the ankle or knee. And again, just the weight of the hand on the foot or ankle will just draw that leg down. You really don't have to pull or press hard at all. Because we're doing one leg at a time, you really do get a deep stretch. Take 2 more breaths on this side. We'll do the same thing. So release, re-extend the leg out onto the floor, briefly come to shavasana so you feel that nice relaxation in the body. And then we'll fire it up. Let's draw both knees into chest. We're going to come up to seated, so you can roll to one side and press yourself up to seated, or rock yourself up to seated, whatever feels comfortable for you. And we'll come to boat pose here. So boat, you want to be sure that you're well extended in the spine, and then just lean back a little bit. Now you can keep the feet on the floor if you want to, okay? Or lean back more so you find the balance so you can lift the feet up off the floor. Knees can be bent. You can even extend the legs. Do activate the feet. I typically flex my feet, but you can point your toes here, especially if you decide that you're going to straighten the legs. You can hold on, because holding on, only for me, because I was starting to fall backward, so I just can catch myself and lift myself back up, okay? Even if you did heels on the floor, you can really monitor the intensity here, just by how far you go back. The farther back you go, more tension in the abs there. All right, moving from here. Inhale first, and exhale. We'll cross legs, if you can, hands in front, or even to the side, just to get the feet back behind you, plank pose. So just meet here in plank. And then from plank, just take a shortcut to down dog. Just bend the knees, send your hips into the air. Nice. Let's continue with another lunge sequence. Inhale, extend your right leg up. Hold for a moment so you can just really feel that extension. Reaching for the back wall, hands press into the floor, getting longer. Now you're going to open the hip, bend your knee, bring your right heel down toward your back side, and a slight lift of that right knee towards the ceiling. And you'll start to kind of twist towards the right side of the room, creating a hip opener. And depending on how far you rotate open, you might feel this in that right hip flexor. Okay, breathe in, exhale, unwind and step through. Back to a warrior 1 setup. So landing up top, turn left heel to the floor, find that balance. Light hands rise up, and exhale, open up to warrior 2. So opening to the left side of the room. Do adjust your feet, so you have good balance underneath you. Nice lunge. Tall torso, outstretched arms. Let's move into side angle. So follow the right arm forward to angle the upper half of the body. You got it. Rotate the arms. Reach up, reach down. Okay, just like our forward fold, you don't have to touch the ground. You might, okay? Especially if your feet are, pretty far apart, you might be able to get low enough to touch the ground, but it's not necessary. You don't have to. Okay, you just want to feel open. Nice open hips, but you're also opening the front body.
Perfect. Breathe in. Exhale, we'll turn, fold, bring your hands back down to the floor, slide that right foot back. You'll be in plank pose. Pause for a second for that nice realignment. And then just take another shortcut to down dog. Just bend your knees, send your hips into the air. Make your adjustments. And same flow, other side. Inhale, extend left leg up, reaching back. Hold for a moment. Just feel the body get longer, moving in these opposite directions. And then we'll open the hip. Yeah, bend your left knee. Bring heel down towards backside. A little lift of the knee so you feel the hip opening. And if you rotate a bit more, just an option, just notice how this feels in the left thigh, left hip flexor. Breathe in. And exhale to unwind, and then step left foot to the top of the mat behind left hand, right heel to the floor, find that center, and then float the arms up to a warrior one, and exhale, opening sideways to a warrior two. Adjust your feet. Left knee and toes pointing forward, nice open hips, tall body, outstretched arms, side angle, reaching out, angled upper body, rotate the arms, reach high and low. If you are up high, perfectly fine to rest your left arm or even your left hand on your thigh. Just want to feel quite open. Another name for this pose is simply extended side angle pose. So a lot of extending or reaching and lengthening through the entire body. Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale, let's turn, fold, bring your hands to the floor again. Slide left foot back. There's plank pose. Feel free to finish with chaturanga into up dog, and then downward facing, but you can always take the shortcut or modify your flow. Meeting in downward facing dog. Take a nice full breath in. Exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet up to the top of the mat. You'll be in forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold again. Same weight shift into the heels. Bend your knees to lower your hips. Extend your arms out as you inhale, then rise up, reach up, and then exhale, arms down to your side. So we've made our way back into mountain pose. Alrighty, let's get into tree pose because we're going to do a little balancing with this work. So making sure you are in mountain pose, balanced on 2 feet. You might want to soften the knees a little bit just in case you've locked the knees. Just soften the knees a little bit. And then shift your weight into your right foot. I'm just going to mirror you. So into your right foot. Inhale, get nice and tall. Fill up the lungs. Exhale through the mouth. And engage your core. Pick up your left foot, flexing the foot. Maybe thigh comes to parallel here. And then take the knee out to the side until it just naturally stops. It could be here at an angle. It maybe goes all the way to the side. And just placing the foot maybe on the inner thigh, if you can reach. Doesn't have to be there. You can take it low, below the knee to your calf, or even use the floor. Okay? And then wherever you are, you're going to take the arms all the way up as you inhale. Reach and lift. Exhale, engage your core to help with the balance. All right, we're going to keep the arms up for an inhale. Exhale, bring them down to parallel, reaching out to the side. Okay, we're going to release from this pose, but just follow me. We're going to release this left foot, lift the knee, and then catch the shin over here. Maybe lift it higher than parallel if you can. Okay, I'm going to mirror you again. Okay, so we're lifting, and like you were stepping over something, bring it up and around to the front. Release it to the floor. Take both arms up into the air to rebalance. And then arms down to your side. Okay? So we're just kind of getting this kind of sensation, that mobility in the hip, getting all the way around, okay? In that release. No worries. Come back to mountain pose. Getting set for your balance. Soft knees, and just start shifting your weight into your left foot, root into the earth. We're going to inhale, get nice and tall. Exhale, core connection. Okay, releasing the right foot, lifting, flexing the foot so it's a strong leg. And we just kind of swing that out until it stops. Again, it might be here, okay, or a little bit more, not forcing it. Here, maybe to inner thigh if you can reach. If not, lower is fine.
I typically go to my calf. Inhale, let's take the arms up. Good action of reaching up, being lifted up. Exhale, engage. That's also helping with the balance. No worry if you lose your balance, if you need to step out of the pose. That's just natural, right? Nice extension. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring arms out and down to parallel. We're going to release this right foot, lift the knees so you can catch the shin, lift it higher than parallel if you're able, and like you're bringing it up and around something to the front, release it, foot to the floor, balance on 2 feet, both arms up into the air, then exhale, arms return to your side, okay? If you need to, shake all that out, kind of check in with the hips, knees and feet. Okay, let's keep it moving. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, still moving at your own pace. Inhale, monkey pose. That's the extended spine, lifting up halfway. Exhale, fold. Slide your hands down to the floor. Hop or step back into plank pose. Come down if you'd like. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose, whatever you like there. Meeting in downward facing dog. Take your time. Skip things, add things, mix it up. When you're ready, inhale, extend right leg up, bend and twist open. Stay here. See if you can twist open a tiny bit more, then unwind, step through. Right foot to the top of the mat, back to warrior one. Left heel to the earth. We're rising up, first warrior. Exhale, opening warrior two. Right away, side angle, reaching out, tip it over, right hand down, left hand up into the air. Yes, nice openings. Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale, turn, fold, bring the hands to the floor, slide right foot back, plank pose, finishing your sequence. We're just getting the body in motion. Nice vinyasa flow here, meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, extend left leg up into the air when you're ready, bend and twist. Hold here or maybe rotate a bit more as you're able. Then unwind, step through, left foot to the top of the mat, right heel to the earth. Find your center, float the arms up into the sky. First warrior, exhale, opening warrior two. Quick adjustment of your feet. And then side angle, reach out, rotate here, reach high and low, opening through the whole body. Inhale, yes. Exhale, return to the earth with the hands. Slide left foot back, plank pose, complete your series. Meeting in down dog. Feel free to take that shortcut. All good. Nice. Take a breath or two in down dog. We're going to do a little bit more work on the floor. You're going to gently kneel down. Sit back briefly in hero. Sit off to the side. Swing the legs around to the front. Let's extend the legs initially. So legs out in front of you. Flex your feet. Again, it just keeps the legs active, flexing the feet. If you can, straight legs. But if you need to put a bend in the knees, put a bend in the knees. Hands on the floor by your hips, just to press down in order to assist your torso and spine to lift and lengthen. If the shoulders tend to dip forward, just want to get them rolled back. Okay. Nice long neck, looking directly forward. This is staff pose. So hold here for a couple breaths. Feel the energy of the strong, straight legs with flexed feet, tall torso. We're still engaging our core. We're going to do a couple things here. Now you can kind of soften the body as you need to. Okay, we're going to bend the left knee, bring the left foot to inner right thigh, kind of like tree pose. But if your foot doesn't make it to your thigh, you can certainly slide down the leg. Okay? Don't worry if this knee doesn't touch the floor, because it doesn't have to touch the floor. If you happen to have a block, you can even bring a block in just for the little leg rest. Okay? Again, hands on the floor, just to help you extend and lift. I'm going to suggest this, even maybe hands maybe behind you like so, propped up onto your fingertips. As we push into the floor, get long, but then lean forward. Okay, just a little bit. It's like there was a high fence right here. You're trying to look up and over it. Okay, does that make sense? That way their torso stays long, and we're not going down very far. Just so you feel this stretch in the hamstring on the right side. Nice hip opener here, but we're going to add on to this. Okay, just one more breath. Okay, we're just going to make our way back up, even soften. As you're able, I'm going to take this left ankle and cross it over the thigh, okay? I'm going to mirror you here for a second. Now, we are going to, no, we're not going to fold. We're just going to cross the leg, and even flex this foot, just so that this is active, okay? The whole leg is active. So now that we have that leg crossed, hands behind you again, lean back, okay? As you lean back, drag this right heel until your foot is flat on the floor, okay? And adjust these hands behind you. So basically, we're kind of in this pigeon-like pose, okay? And you can adjust the intensity. Now, the more that you lift up and move forward, heart towards this crossed leg, probably more intense, okay, or more sensation. But you can soften that just by leaning back, okay, if you want to. So find that place where you might have sensation. I get it here, okay, outer thigh, hip, glute area. Okay. And remember this sensation, because we're going to do this standing as well. Okay, 2 more breaths. Okay, if you're deep in this pose, we're just softening. You can re-extend that leg so you can uncross and just re-extend the leg. Even come back to a staff pose for a moment. If you need to, yeah, shake that out. Okay. So return to staff pose, more of like a neutral position for us. Okay. And then we'll do our kind of our mini Janu Shirshasana, that's head to knee pose, where we bend the right knee, bring foot to inner thigh or somewhere along the leg that feels okay for this knee. Use a block for a prop as you need to. Again, hands behind us so we can sit up nice and tall, perhaps propped up onto fingertips. Okay, that nice high fence, we're going to look up and over it. So slightly hinge forward, yes. Just enough where you feel a light stretch perhaps in the straight left leg, keeping the spine as straight as possible. It might round a little bit. Okay, I said mini head to knee pose because we're not going all the way down. 2 more breaths. So we get the nice leg extension, hip opener on the other side. And then we'll rise back up, soften a little bit, lean back so we can cross right ankle over left thigh, flexing this foot. Okay. And just keep leaning back so you can drag this left heel toward yourself, plant the foot into the ground. Keep adjusting back here. Same thing. You choose the intensity or the depth of your own pose. Okay. You don't need to force this. Just, if I just stay right here, this is kind of a light stretch. I can feel this, but it doesn't feel too intense. When I lift all the way up, I certainly feel this, but I feel like this is going to be a little bit too overwhelming for my body, and it's going to kind of freak out, okay? And it'll want me to get out of the pose. So if I just lean back a little bit, it's not as intense, and my body can release and relax into the pose. So be mindful of that with this pose and any pose that you might do. They don't have to be forced to the point where your body reacts and you need to get out of the posture. 2 more breaths. Okay, you might lean back, slide that left leg forward, uncross, re-extend the leg, rise up. Maybe you shake that out if you want to, and just kind of release. And I'm just going to come to cobbler's pose here. Just sit up tall, because I'm going to demonstrate the standing version of what we just did. Okay, so stay where you are as you get your leg stretch. So it's going to be kind of set up like we did our tree pose. So I'm going to soften my knees. I think I'll shift my weight into my right foot here, nice and tall. Pick up my left foot. I'm going to have you kick an imaginary soccer ball. Okay, just kick there. I'm bending this right knee so I can cross this ankle over thigh. Alrighty. We're going to pause here, get hands on hips so you make sure your hips are aligned, because with this cross leg, sometimes this can happen because of the weight. Okay, you can see I'm already losing my balance. Okay, I want to try to keep that aligned. And I'm sending my hips back, heart forward. Okay, and again, you can kind of choose the depth. You can keep hands here, or hands here, or even down here, like straight arms.
And then just like we did in that seated version, maybe start bringing heart towards this cross leg. The deeper you go, more intense. Now I'm balanced here, I'm okay here, but if you need more balance or help with the balance, stand near a wall, okay? You can do it this way, just a hand against the wall, okay? Or even fall against a wall, okay? So your hands are free, okay? So you can just be here and not worry about the balance. So you're welcome to do that. Okay, so coming out of the pose that you're in now. So we're in cobbler's pose, so nice long spine. We're gonna lean back, we're gonna make our way to boat pose. So bring the knees together, lift the feet. There we are, maybe hold on, got nicely extended spine. Okay, all these options, free hands, straight legs, pointed toes. Here we go, breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front or to the side. So you can get your feet back behind you, plank pose. You can take a shortcut to down dog or go through a full vinyasa if you want. Doesn't matter. Just make your way to down dog. And we're going to make our way up to standing. So breathe in. Exhale, walk, step, or jump. Both feet to the top of the mat, 2 forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Good. Exhale, fold. There's our nice hamstring stretch. Release the head and neck. Weight shift into your heels. Bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up. Reach nice and high. And exhale, arms down to your side. Okay. All right, so we're going to do that, what I call a cross-legged chair pose. Okay, if you can do it freely, just stay where you are, or feel free to walk over to a wall. Have the wall next to you or behind you. Okay. There's all good. Mountain pose to begin. Let's soften the knees a little bit. Weight into the right foot, root. Inhale, get nice and tall. Exhale, core connection. We're picking up left foot, I think, yeah? Okay, we're kick the soccer ball out into the hallway. Cross ankle over thigh. Just bend that knee so it has a little shelf, okay? We're not going too far yet. Place hands on hips just to check in with where your hips are. Are you here, okay, or are you here? Okay, send heart forward, send hips back. So we're trying to keep the spine relatively long and straight. You choose how deep or far you want to go. Hands can stay on hips. They can come to this crossed leg or reach down, because you could go all the way down, maybe bringing fingertips towards the ground or to the floor if you wanted to. Yes. So again, wherever you are, just notice sensation, perhaps in that outer leg and hip of that crossed leg. Nice, everybody. Okay, we're going to do our best to rise back up. We're uncrossing the leg, plant the foot into the ground. Let's release the hands, reach out and up into the air. And arms return to your side. Just to finish, shake it loose. Again, feel free to use a wall if you need it or would like to. We'll get set up for the other side. Same thing, soft knees. We're putting weight into the left foot, root. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, draw belly in. That's our setup, so we can pick up the right foot, flex, kick the soccer ball, okay, cross ankle over thigh. We're keeping that foot flexed. Stay here with a slight bend in the left knee, hips or hands on hips. Okay, so you have that nice alignment. And then slowly start sending heart forward, hips back as we bend the left knee. Pause whenever you need to. Just like tree pose, we're balancing and you want to focus on something. So maybe you're focusing out on something in front of you on the floor. If you're getting much lower, then you're probably looking straight down. Good. Nice. Well, not only are we getting that opening in that cross leg, but a strength in the standing leg. Okay, we're going to make our way back up, standing tall. Okay, let's release the cross foot, foot to the floor, rebalance on 2 feet. Let's extend the arms into the air. Just keep it moving. Exhale, swan dive forward, back down to the earth, forward fold. Nice. Inhale, monkey pose. That's the halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, hands to the ground, hop or step back, plank pose. Come down if you'd like to, or modify the vinyasa to get you to downward facing dog. And once you're in down dog. Okay. When you're ready, inhale, extend right leg up. Bend and twist. Okay. Maybe open up a little more. And if you want to, just an option, flip all the way over into wild thing. Okay, so that right foot comes down. You might even turn the left foot around so both feet are planted firmly into the ground, lifting the hips up into the air. There you go. Wild thing. Breathe in. And exhale, flip back around. Right hand down, right leg up. Everyone, right foot to the top of the mat. Left heel to the earth behind you. Find your center. Let's rise up. First warrior, same sequence. Exhale, opening, warrior two, but we're going to add on. Once again, side angle pose. Reach high and low. Listen carefully, breathe in. Exhale, turn, fold, hands to the floor. Now we're going to sweep the right foot back and right back up into the air. So you return to down dog, right leg extended, yes? Right leg's in the air, inhale. Exhale, right foot returns to the top of the mat. We're going to high lunge, which means the left heel stays lifted, but we still need to shift the body weight back. Find your center, light hands, rise up. Okay? Just like we did in Warrior One earlier, we're going to reach up, lunge low. Relax the arms for a moment. Okay? So we can again get into this left hip flexor. Okay? Let's just follow me. Do your best. Okay? We're going to inhale, take the arms back up. As we exhale, just hinge forward just a little bit here. Okay? Nice, strong, straight line. We're going to start shifting our weight into the front foot. You might even need to step this left foot forward to get the weight into this front foot, because we're going to, once we're forward, we want to be able to lift that back foot up off the floor, bend that knee, bring the knee forward until you can see it, kick your soccer ball, cross ankle over thigh. We would return to our cross-legged chair pose. This time the arms are extended, but you can bring the arms down if you want to. Hips, leg, or reach down. Okay, we're going to bring the arms back up, rise up, lifting this left knee, flex foot, swing the knee out towards window, tree pose, plant it. Get tall, nice reach. Same exit, we're going to bring the arms to parallel. Release this foot, lift, it's like a string attached. Catch the shin, step it over something to the front, release it, both arms into the air, swan dive. That's our sequence. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold, hands to the floor, hop or step back, plank pose. Again, finish the vinyasa as you'd like. Chaturanga, up dog or cobra, into down dog, or your shortcut, whatever you want to do there. Inhale, extend left leg up, reach, bend and twist. Stay there or step all the way over. If you step over, just be aware of obstacles in the way. To wild thing. That's it. Stay there, that's fine. Good, yeah, nice. Good, Preston. Okay, inhale. Exhale, flip it back over. Left foot to the top of the mat now, everybody. Right heel to the floor. Going to a Warrior One setup. Take your time. Warrior One, rising up. Exhale, opening Warrior Two. Adjust feet. Side angle, reach out, tip it over. Yep. Breathe in, reach high and low. Here's the new part. Exhale, turn, fold, hands to the floor. Sweep left foot back and up into the air. Return to down dog, left leg in the sky. Exhale, step left foot to the top of the mat again. High lunge this time, right heel stays lifted. Do shift your weight back towards that lifted right heel until your arms are free. Reach up, lunge low. Let's release the arms just for a moment. Kind of shake that loose because they're going to be up in the air again. Nice hip flexor stretch. And because we're kind of tall here, we kind of get a little minor back bend, but we get out of that here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward like that. That gets you out of that back bend. We need to get the weight into this front foot. You might need just to step forward a little bit. Get the weight forward, shift. So you can pick up the toes behind you, bend that knee, bring the knee forward until you can see it and see your foot. Kick the soccer ball, cross ankle over thigh. There's our cross-legged chair pose. Choose the arm posture that suits you best.
Okay, we're taking this to tree pose. Arms extended, grow tall, uncross the leg, lifting knee, flex foot, swing it out, plug it in. You can use your hand if you need to. Use the floor if you need to. Same exit. Arms come down to parallel. String attached to the knee, we're lifting. Okay, catch the shin, step up and over. Set it down. Both arms in the air. Inhale, we're moving. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, fold. Hands to the floor. Hop or step back. Plank pose. Finish your sequence. Meet in down dog. And then just take a seat. So you can just kneel down to take a seat or hop forward, cross legs, take a seat, whatever's a comfortable seat for you. You can be in hero pose or just sit. You can just cross your legs, whatever's comfortable. Let me quickly demonstrate the IT band stretch because we're going to lie down in a moment. Let me just show you. We're going to lie flat here. You're going to be using a strap, so you'll need your strap. I'm going to do my left leg. I'm going to draw my left knee in. Get the strap around the foot. Nice and taut here. Meanwhile, this right leg, straight flex foot, so it's active. I want to feel flat on the ground with the leg extended. You'll start with the hamstring stretch with the leg up. It's okay if this knee is bent. But we're going to switch hands on the strap. Okay? So we're going to take this leg slowly across the midline or to the other side of the room. But we want to make sure this hip, left hip, stays on the floor. So I just use my hand to make sure it stays close to the ground. Now for me, I don't need to go very far. I really feel this. Some of you might be able to go farther, but if I go too far, my hip leaves the ground and it turns into a twist. It's just a different sensation. Okay, it becomes more about your back and hips or your belly. Here it's more of the IT band stretch. Now you might feel something, but it's very normal not to feel something. Okay, in the outer leg. But this is the stretch. Hip to the floor, angled leg up to the other side. And we'll come back out. Feel free to even take it out. Okay, for a little light stretch, and then we'll finish. Okay? So that's our flow with the legs. So go ahead and grab your strap. Lie down. We'll start with the right leg. So you can draw your right knee into chest. So you can loop the strap around the bottom of the foot. Meanwhile, the left leg is straight out in front of you. Flex the left foot so the leg is active, so you're working both sides. Initially, you're just getting a nice hamstring stretch. Yes, it's okay if the right knee is bent. No worries. So there's our initial stretch. And then switch hands on the strap. Okay, maybe right hand on right hips, just to make sure it feels like it's still mostly touching the floor. And then start crossing the midline with the right foot over towards the window. Until you feel maybe a little stretch or sensation in that outer leg. Again, some of you may not feel anything, okay, but it's still a good stretch, okay? And trying to keep the hip as close to the ground as possible because you want to have that sensation of moving in opposite directions, meaning the hip, the right hip is moving down towards the earth while your right foot is going up towards the corner of the room, rather than everything going to one side, creating a twist. Okay. 2 more breaths. Good. You can come back to neutral here. Feel free to take the leg out to the side, out to the right side, just for a little inner leg stretch. There you go. Wow, nice. Perfect. Okay. And then you can bring it back up to center, bend the knee, or if you can, keep that foot in the air and just lift the left foot. See if you can switch feet in the strap in the air if you want to. There you go. And the right leg comes down to the floor, flexing the foot. Now we're getting a nice left leg stretch initially. Make sure your right foot's flexed, yeah. Switch hands in the strap. Left hand on hip. Make sure it's plugged into the ground. Slowly start taking left leg across the midline. Your midline's your spine. Just crossing the midline towards the right side of the room until perhaps you feel sensation. For me, I initially feel it in my outer hip, okay? But I know it's also stretching kind of that band, okay, down through the side of the leg, which for some can get kind of tight, okay? If you're very active, it can get tight. If you're even inactive, it can get tight because there's no movement. 2 more breaths. When you're ready, let's come back. You can switch hands on the strap again. An option, you can kind of take that leg out to the left side. It doesn't have to go far. Just a little light stretch. Right leg and foot stay active, flexing the foot so you don't roll to the left side. And we'll come back up to center. Here you can bend the knee to release the strap. Go back to Shavasana for a moment. So a nice release, legs out on the floor in front of you, arms down by your side, just for that so that sigh of relief, getting out of those deep stretches. And as you're resting these next few seconds, contemplate what you would like to do next. Choose a pose or a series of poses that your body would appreciate here. Okay, I'll just give you some options. You can do anything you want. So you might do a twist. So yeah, you might draw your legs in or draw your knees in towards your body and then create a spinal twist. Go to one side, hold for a number of breaths, and be sure to do the other side. Okay. Maybe you'll do another hip opener. Lots of things you can do there. You can do reclining cobbler's pose, reclining pigeon pose. Happy baby pose with both legs. We did one leg. You can do both legs if you want to. Okay, so those are the hip openers. Yeah, back bends. You might do bridge pose, even a supported bridge where you just bring in a block and sit on a block. Some of you are doing fish pose. Fish is a wonderful back bend. Or even a full wheel pose, a full back bend if you want. So those are just some ideas of how you could move your body, but really just pay attention and listen to your own body and move into those poses that would feel good to you as you're coming to the end of your practice. You can even insert another posture. It might be an inverted pose, something like shoulder stand, or even just legs in the air or legs against the wall. And when you feel complete with all of your added movements, make your way to Shavasana or any other restorative position, just something that feels relaxing to you. You can allow the body to disengage. Moving into meditation.
Stay right where you are. No need to move just yet. Just check in. Just notice if you are thinking, if your mind began to wander. Just know that's just a normal thing, of course. So if you found yourself wandering in thought, just take a nice deep breath in and out to bring you back to the present moment. Return to your meditation. Once again, return to the awareness of your breath. This time, take 5 slow, deep breaths. Intentional breathing to bring energy and movement back into your body. Awakening from your yogic nap. Shifting from your meditative experience. The breath generating energy throughout your body. Perhaps a new energy, a new feeling. A new sense of self. And when you found movement, take your time and slowly roll to one side of your body. You might just hold for a moment in that nurturing pose, taking a breath or two. And then continue to move in slow motion, no rush. Make your way back up to a seated posture. And once you are seated, just feel the re-extension of your spine. Sitting tall and proud. And then just one last movement together. We'll inhale, extend the arms out and up. Just reach for the ceiling. As you exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. And take one more breath in and out on your own. Good. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.